Best class setup, I'd highly recommend running Ether Shroud. Spawn in and activate the Rampage Inducer and stay here up until about round 6 so you can buy up the entirety of the map. Turn off the Rampage Inducer and work your way through towards the Pack Bunch until you get to the Mutant Research Lab and activate this to get the syringe. Then go to the Android Assembly, look on that corner for the Android Klaus leg, look over here across from where you build Klaus, and then up on this corner to grab each of this legs. Then you're going to want to shoot each of the robot max ammo round arms, his left arm and his right arm. You can do them both on each round, then build Klaus. Then make your way towards the Pack Bunch, activate the globe, hit the button, then go towards the sub level 10, hit the switch, shoot all the crystals, and now you have Pack Bunch. Make sure you go into this laser, get to the zombie, and then activate him to get the blood sample into your syringe. Put the blood back into the mutant injector, and then you're going to have to take out this mutant injection mangler and then pick up his mutant injection. Once you have done this, then you're going to want to also take out all of the Elder Disciples. A zombie will spawn in that's not a part of the round. Pick up the key card and then make your way over towards this part where Samantha is. Activate the key card here and pick up the DNA vial. You're going to need this for the boss fight. And then go towards the opposite side on Tower 2 on the top floor. Activate this retina scanner. Use that mutant injection and it will open up a secret room. Once you have opened up the secret room, go towards the middle part of it and you're going to need to find a file with a specific number and item. Now this file for my example is going to be different from your game. Mine said it was combat goggles and so it was 5. And so if you look at this screenshot, you're going to have to find a 4-digit code from 4 of the 6 items from this numerical way. So my combat goggles is 5 and now I need to find the other 3 areas. The other 3 will always spawn in the executive suite and the director's office. The B&D badge can be there. My wristwatch was right here. So because I got wristwatch, now I know that my code is 45. And then next I go towards the director's office again and found Notso's collar, which then made me realize that my code now is 145. And then my last one was in the director's office. It can be on the office, next to the TV, or onto this desk. And I figured out my last item was 145. 52, making my code because of the way that the dates work on each of the items. Bring your code back to the secret teleportation lab room, input it, and it should say access granted. Once it has done that, go to Deadshot and look at this screen and it should pop up with a word. Just remember the first letter of that word, then go next to PhD Flopper here and go over here and see if it has a word. So my letters for this one was TI. It could also be IT. Sometimes only one of the screens work, so just keep that in mind. And go towards the periodic table and find the 2 letters that corresponded. So mine could have been IT or TI, and so because mine was TI, it was titanium, and the number for that was 22, and so the code for this was 022 to get into the door. Again, this will be different in every single game. Once you are inside of here, there's going to be a vermin soul box. It's going to take 3 vermin. It takes quite a while to get vermin, so you're going to be in here for a couple of rounds, and once you have filled up every single one of the vermins, then it is going to start taking zombies. Do keep in mind that it takes a while for them to get sucked up into this soul area, so just make sure you're spending your time doing this wisely. Again, make sure also if you're struggling to get into this room that you're looking at the periodic table. It will open and then you will grab a cyst. Now go 1 floor down in towards the quantum computing area, and then you're going to want to go towards the elevator here and sit next to this plant and it will suck out the life out of it. Once it has sucked it out, go towards this area. Watch out, the plants can actually shoot you, and also you can't reload while you're in this, so if you want to hop in and out of this, that's totally fine. And then the last one is next to the armory table, right next to Speed Cola. Once you have done all 3, you're going to want to go back towards the Forsaken boss fight, activate this little computer, and you now have to activate 4 more computers within a time frame, and you can just follow where I go on the screen right now to activate each of these power surge computers. Once this is done and Uber Klaus is going to spawn in, you're going to want to make it low health, take out each of the generators, and it's then going to need to land onto where this Forsaken is. The Forsaken is then going to exchange its life aura with it, then fully take out the Uber Klaus, and then you're going to have to eventually give the cyst towards the orb that this Uber Klaus drops, and you will then get the free wonder weapon of the map being the Gorgofex. Now the Gorgofex we're going to need to upgrade for this Easter egg, so the first thing that we're going to want to do is go back to the pap area and activate this red button. Once you activate it, 5 blue vermin are going to spawn. One's just going to be chasing you. Another one's going to be above this laser. This one's going to be above the staircase, next to the staircase right there, and then also right next to this elevator shaft. Once all 5 have been taken out, go back up to this and get the blue orb. Now, do not shoot the Gorgofex, and make sure you follow exactly where I go on the portals. Go to the spawn room, go to the portal next to Quick Revive, then take this to go across the tower and go back up to the secret room, and you're going to want to charge shot this portal in the secret room. Once you have done that, do not go through this portal because it can accidentally kill you, so make sure you do not do this. You're trying to fix the portal now. Go back to mutant research and charge shot this zombie through the hole here, right? This is where you got the mutant injection, so make sure you take this guy out, charge shot it, and then pick up this foul head. Once you get this head, go back to where you built Klaus and melee this mop bucket in the corner underneath the sprinkler. And the only way you're going to get this sprinkler to go off is you need to go a couple of rounds. So I just highly recommend you do this as soon as possible. I believe you don't need melee macchiato, but this is what it'll look like once the sprinkler goes off. And you're going to need to come back to this to put the head that you got into this mop bucket, but you don't have to do it right now. But on round 16, the Uber Klaus will officially spawn in, and make sure you get him to energy charge where the Klaus is. Go around and then follow the Klaus that you built, and he's going to bring you where the Forsaken is. He's going to bring you to this trial. Instantly activate it because there's a glitch right now where it can actually disappear from you, so make sure you do that. If it does disappear in your game, just go 2 rounds, finish the trial, and then follow the Klaus all the way to the secret room, and he's going to ask you to find a processor, which is a brain. Now, you're going to want to go to the mushroom room or the quantum computing area and pick up this brain and follow exactly where I go with this brain because you only have a certain amount of time. Again, if you're struggling to figure out where this is below where you did the mutant injection step and also where you did the cyst charging step. So bring it back, place it into this area, and then he's going to ask you to grab one more thing. Now, you're going to need to upgrade the Gorgofex. I'm just doing the Gorgofex N. If you want to do the Gorgofex C, click the annotation on the top. Activate this door. Blanchard should talk. Go back to the mushroom room and find a Strauss counter. Now, the Strauss counter is going to lead you to one of 2 areas. Either this director's office TV, or it's going to lead you next to the Klaus assembly area where you have to shoot something with a full charge shot and basically pick up a vial. If you can't find it, just look for the red screen on the Strauss counter, and eventually you will be able to find it. You're going to want to go back towards the bioweapons lab, pick up that part, pick up the wiring part next to Speed Cola, and then pick up the PC fan underneath the secret room where the Forsaken is, and you're going to want to build this next to Blanchard. Once you build it, you're going to be able to do a little bit of a lockdown. Hold off here, make sure the health stays. If you fail any of these steps, just make sure you go another round. Pick up the serum, and once you pick it up, you won't be able to sprint, and you will not be able to regen health, and you're going to want to place it there with your Gorgofex. Build it there, and you will get the upgraded Gorgofex. Now, what you're going to want to do is really start to prepare for the boss fight. Something I would highly recommend is getting the LMG in the pack punch area, making sure it has hidden power. Make sure also as well to get all these goblins that I have on screen. Shields up is great for the armor in the boss fight. Idolize, Perkaholic, and then also you're going to want to make sure it's triple pack-a-punch, as well as getting armor, Casimirs, Semtexes, and the chopper gunner. Once you've gotten all that, place the head in the mop bucket and then pick it up again and go back to the secret room with the portal. Now, what you're going to want to do is just take out a bunch of zombies until you see that the head in your inventory is purple. Once it is purple, it's going to take a lot of zombies to do this. You're going to see hallucinations and all that. Once it's fully purple, like you see on screen, just place it onto the portal, and then now you are so close to being finished, but not quite yet. Just make sure that you have everything that you need at this point. Jump out of the secret room and grab this Casimir device, then go up to the top of the tower 1, direct impact the Casimir device and pick it up. You're going to need to do this 4 times, so here's another spot next to Elemental Pop. I picked that up, and then you're going to have to find these purple areas. They could not be there. Just find any item. It doesn't matter, as long as you just pick up the thing from the blue box here, and then make sure you find something that is purple, that's glowing. Shoot it with the Gorgofex as well, and then throw your Casimirs. You're going to want to do this 4 times with 4 items. There's actually 7 of them, so it doesn't matter which one it is. Once you have done that, you can now go back to the secret room, place all 4 Casimir devices, and you are ready to go. Once you start it up, make make sure you click the first red light, or you're going to have to go around to continue. And then you're going to have to click 4 red levers. For my game on solo, for some reason, it was only 3. They can be around Klaus. They can be up next to the portal. Once you've done that, enter the boss fight. And this is now where you're going to either fight Richtofen or Samantha. If you choose Richtofen, you're going to fight Samantha. If you choose Samantha, you're going to fight Richtofen. It doesn't matter, though, because the first part right now is just doing each of the batteries. This is the same on each of the steps. Fill up that one in the middle, then fill up that one in the second one. It's just soul boxes, and then fill up this one in the third one. I would highly recommend for your first time just doing Samantha. It's the easier fight. Then on the next floor, go back on the elevator. It will lift you up, and there will be ether crystals. Just follow the video guide exactly to where I show each of the crystals and shoot all of them. And once they are done, go back into the elevator, and then now you are on to the boss fight. Again, like I said, do the Samantha boss fight if it's your first time. It's much easier than the Richtofen. So to do this one, you have to click Richtofen. If you want to do Samantha, you will fight Richtofen. So for this boss fight, it's very easy. It's going to be immune. Just watch out for the spinning attack that drains your health. This is why I highly recommend Light Mend. You're going to want to make sure that you have Ether Shroud, because once Samantha starts its laser action, then you're going to be able to shoot the 4 corners of Samantha and take out its generator. And once you have done that, you're going to be able to shoot the middle. Then a Samantha trial is going to happen once you are in halfway around the boss fight. After the halfway mark, then again, just make sure you're doing the same thing. Ether Shroud, make sure you're building up towards it using the Gorgofex. Shoot all 4 corners on it, and then shoot the middle until, again, you have to also watch out because Samantha can actually send you out of the map like this. So just make sure if this happens, you parachute back in. Also, if you finish those Sam trials, you might even be able to get a perk, which is nice, and then you have defeated the boss. If you do the Samantha side, which is the Richtofen fight, you're going to be fighting a massive Uber Klaus with Richtofen in it. This is the easy part. Again, just shoot the generators and shoot his head. It's really when he comes out of it that it's very difficult, because he's on a jetpack holding a Wonder Waft that he can spam at you. Do not go close to him. Make sure you maintain your distance from him and just continue to spam him. And ladies and gentlemen, you have beaten the Reckoning.